All right, let's discuss Killers. Not the one with Ashton Kutcher and Katherine Heigl, but the one directed by the Moe brothers. The guy who did The Night Comes for Us on Netflix. Check that out. And this is like an action horror movie. It's listed as action horror, but it's definitely got a lot more horror in it than action. And this is about two people who meet online. One of them's a killer going around picking up women and taking them back to his place and torturing them, posting these videos online. And the other guy is like a journalist who's trying to get revenge against this guy who seems to keep getting away with shit. And, these two people meet online, and then craziness ensues. This was a first time watch. I had never heard of this movie, and it is streaming on Tubi if you want to check it out for free. So let's jump into what I like about the movie. I think the performances are pretty good, especially the main two, Jack Kerr, whatever his name is, and Norm Murray. I can't say their names, but the main bad guy and the main good guy. And I thought that the characters in this movie had a lot of good depth to them, and the killer in the movie is pretty interesting. His backstory and just how crazy he is, and he just does a really good job playing this villain. There's quite a few scenes of horrific, gory imagery, people's bodies being put in tubs of acid, and some really good gore effects. And the score was pretty effective and like pulsing and just really intense. I thought it was pretty well shot for the most part. Some striking visuals here and there, some good use of slow mo. Like there's some pretty cool shots, especially towards the end. And this movie is kind of unpredictable at times. There's some surprise deaths, and it just went in a direction that I didn't see coming. But then once it gets to like the last 5 minutes, you start to see where it's gonna go then. But everything before that point, I was like, where is this going? And I really enjoyed the third act of the movie. The last like 30 to 45 minutes really was pretty gripping. Everything from like him going to the hotel to the very end was the best section of the film. Getting into negatives, this is a movie that's 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I thought that the first act started to drag a bit from time to time. I just kind of felt myself getting a little bored, so I thought it could have been tightened a little in the first like 40 minutes or so. And also, there's some major conveniences, some bad timing that just felt forced, that just kind of bugged me. Like the whole escape from the hotel was ridiculous. That should have been written differently to be more believable. Like it's one guy versus 30 in tight hallways and somehow slips by them. And it's just like, whatever. There's no way. I was also just a bit confused at times watching the movie, like trying to figure out who people were exactly and what caused this guy's wife to leave him. Like I thought for the longest time that their daughter was killed or raped or something, but I guess that wasn't the case. So things just needed to be a little bit more clear to me. I just couldn't figure some things out, so I was just left confused throughout a lot of it. There's some really dumb character decisions towards the end of the second act with these two Japanese girls at the killer's house that just really pissed me off. And also, there's a lot of off camera stuff. Like, you get some good on camera torture at the beginning, and then throughout the whole second act, every kill is like in your head. He'll stuff like a baseball bat into a woman's mouth, and then he goes to like hit it down her throat, and it's all off camera. And then there's a couple of other kills that are just completely off camera. There's some good gore here and there, though, but I just wish there was more in it, more on screen stuff. And just a nitpick, I thought the mask could have looked creepier. The killer's mask that he likes to wear when he's filming himself kill these girls looks like some KKK hood. It kind of looks like Brightburn's mask in a way, but white instead of red. It was just a weird looking mask that he clearly like made himself. It just looked kind of silly. It should have looked creepier. So final thoughts, this is like a half maniac, half action revenge movie with some bloody, bone-snapping mayhem here and there, some good gore. Just wish there was a bit more in here, some more horrific elements thrown in. It does take a little while to get going, but I still enjoyed it. So when it comes to Killers, I'll give it 3.5 out of 5. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on Killers. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you to my patron Royce Bunn for selecting this for me to watch. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's all an opinion. You don't need to get butthurt about it.